Welcome back to Kitty Speaks. It's Sandra, aka Kitty. I'm here today with another edition, and today I'm finally going to re-record a requested video that actually got messed up, so I never posted it. But this will be my first eyebrow tutorial to show you how I do my eyebrows. The first thing that you want to do is make sure that they're properly groomed, and I'm going to record that in another video. But what you should know is that they either need to be waxed, they need to be tweezed, or they need to be threaded before you even worry about filling in. You need to define the shape. I'm going to show you how you determine where you start and stop filling in your brows. I will do that in this video. The first thing you need is a straight edge, and the other thing you need is the tip of your nose. So I'm going to show you where to determine where that brow should start, where the highest point of your arch should be, and where the brow should end. And all you need to do is line your straight edge up with the side of your nose. So if you hold it straight up, where that straight edge hits you on your face should be where your brow should start. If you hold it at a 45-degree angle, where that straight edge it hits should be where the highest point of your arch should be. And if you hold it straight with the side of your nose like this, where it points should be where the brow ends. Now you can do a little bit of fudging on where your brow should start to, either make your nose look slimmer or to make your eyes appear more closer in. Sorry if you have wide set eyes, I had a brain fart for a second there. But if you want to make the illusion of a slimmer nose, all you need to do is make sure that your brows come together a little bit closer. Now you don't want to make it too close, because then you'll end up with a unibrow, which will totally negate the point of arching. And I'm having some real brain farts today. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. You don't want a unibrow, but you can cheat and make those brows be a little bit closer together in order to make your nose appear slimmer or to make your eyes appear less wide set. So, I prefer waxing and tweezing to threading, and the reason why is because threading doesn't last as long. Threading actually cuts the hairs instead of plucking them from the root. Tweezing and waxing actually pull the hair out, including the root, which is what makes them grow back slower. So once you've got your shape defined, you can do a little bit of cleanup on your own when you're at home in between waxing or tweezing sessions by brushing the hairs up. Brush the hair straight up, and any hair that falls outside of your defined shape, you want to take your little scissors and cut them away a little bit at a time. Trust me, if you try to cut along the whole row at the same time, you will end up cutting out more of your hair than you intend. Just trust me on that point. You want to cut slowly. Now, the two eyebrow pencils that I prefer, my personal favorite, are from Borelli.com. That is this pencil and this NYX automatic eyebrow pencil. Both of these are in dark brown. The Borelli is in dark brown, and the NYX is in, dark brown. They both have the same name for the color. I just prefer these personally, but what you use to fill in your brows is going to be up to your own personal discretion. Now, they come in all kinds of colors, but you can even use eyeshadow if it's the right color, if you prefer a powder when you're filling in your brows. I like pencils, which are more of a wax kind of formulation, and so they need to be set. If you have oily skin or combination skin, I always set my brows, because once you do all that work of filling them in, and then to sweat it right off is just a bummer, just trust me. So after I fill in my brows with pencil, I set them with the powder anyway, but you may want to prefer to go straight to that step. So my brows are already maintained. So I'm going to take this spoolie and brush them into place. And I'm using the NYX automatic brow pencil today. And I'm going to start out by drawing the line on the bottom of the brow. I start at the front, at the very beginning of the brow, and go all the way around to where my brow ends. I've been doing this for a while, and so I don't need to have any sort of stencil, but if you're just starting out, a stencil will go a long way in helping you with this step. Now when I go to start the top of my brow, I don't start at the front. I start a little bit back, because the front of your brow should be lighter than the tail end of your brow. The tail should be the skinniest part, and so the line that I drew at the bottom, I don't try to connect all the way when I go around the top, because then that'll make the line end up being a little bit thicker than I want it to be. So just as I started a little bit back from the front, I also end a little bit back from the tail. Now that my two lines have intersected, I'm just going to take the pencil and fill in the rest of the brow. I'm listening to music in my other ear. That's why I'm sitting here with headphones hanging out of my ears. I need one ear to hear myself and the other ear to hear my music. Now, this little brush on the end of this pencil comes in really handy, because now that I filled in everything, I'm going to go ahead and the line that I made here at the front of my brow at the bottom, I'm going to take this brush and brush that pencil up into the front of my brow. And then just brush the rest of the brow into shape. Now if you want to, you can use something like this NYX eyebrow shaper. It's a clear wax to hold your brows in place if they're a little bit unruly. I don't need that today, but I use it a lot, trust me. So once you've got your pencil in, you can use this to hold your hairs in place. Now I'm going to take the spoolie first and make sure that everything is how I want it to be. And then I'm going to take this angled brush with, I use Essence of Beauty brow color powder, and I'm going to take the darkest color and go ahead and set my brow. Now that my brows are shaped, defined, and set, I'm going to take this L'Oreal True Match foundation. This covers any stray hairs completely. If you're like in between tweezings and you've got a few little stray hairs in there, this will cover them up. So I take it and I actually clean it off as much as I can, and I try to make the brush as slender as I can get it. And then I'm going to take it and make a line along the bottom of my brow. Okay, they tripping now because I got Trina playing in my ear and I don't listen to X-rated rap. I take my color down a little bit because I've discovered that I had always thought that I wasn't blending my eye color properly because I always had a harsh line, and it was, no matter how much I blended, my line would always be harsh in between my transition color and my brow. But I've discovered that the problem is that my brow bone itself, the eye, is a little dark, and that pigmentation makes it appear as if my eyeshadow is not properly blended. You want to have your colors blend perfectly from transition to transition. And so what I do is I block out that eye color with this concealer. So I'm going to take mine down just a little bit. And now I take another angled brush and I'm going to go along the ends and clean up any color that is outside of where I actually want it to be. And then I'm going to pull it down to black out my eye, and I actually put too much. Normally I would never use this much, but now I got to try to blend all this color out, concealer out. Anyway, when you're done with that, you just want to take your finger and pat it. I'm going to put primer on the lid itself, and now I've blocked out that discoloration in my eye so that my eye color, when I get ready to put my eyeshadow on, everything will blend out perfectly. The last step is this concealer actually served to highlight my brow bone. The concealer is just about a shade lighter than my own skin, a shade or two. But on the top of my brow, I don't actually want that highlighted myself personally. I want that color to be the same as the rest of my face, not lighter. And so I take whatever foundation that I've been using for the day, which I don't know why I can't find mine. We're supposed to be cleaning up the top side of our brow, and I honestly don't know where the foundation that I'm using today is at. Okay, so now we need to clean up the upper part of our brow, above the brow, and I can use this foundation palette that is pretty much gone because I just want to use a little bit. And the same thing that we did underneath the brow, we're going to do that same thing on top of the brow. This is just to clean up any color, any pencil or setting powder that ended up outside, so you can perfect the shape of your brow at this point. And this is a flat brush. So I drew my line, and now I'm just going to take this brush to pull up and clean up my brow. And that is how I do my brows, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have any hints that you can give to improve on this, let me know. But this is just how I do my brows. It's very simple and quick to me, but everything takes practice. And so until next time, love, peace, and hair grease, y'all. Ciao.
This is the work of a pyro maniac.